Well, yesterday it was Harry Belafonte. Today it's Jerry Springer. If you don't know who Jerry Springer is, I suggest you go look up some of the Jerry Springer Show episodes. Jerry Springer's show laid the foundation for other shows. I even would say that Jerry Springer was the forerunner for a show like Maury, because Maury Povich's show was about are you the father or are you not the father? And he would have a bunch of people on there who, a lot of the times, these women would swear that the man that they brought to the show to get a DNA test done is actually the father. And after Maury does the results and reads them, or the lie detector test, because they were cheating on each other, and finds out they were cheating but they're denying it, whatever. All that kind of controversial stuff was done on Jerry Springer's show first, okay? Jerry laid the blueprint. Jerry's show was so controversial, by the way, that it's one of those kind of shows that people didn't want their children watching. It's the first show on TV where men came out dressed as women. You know, you had transsexuals and people transitioning, and all kinds of stuff was happening on Jerry Springer. People who would come out to tell other people, yeah, we've been dating for the last 2 months, but I just got to tell you that I'm not really a woman. I was born a man. And then the voice would change on Jerry. I'm not really a woman. I was born a man. And then a big fight would break out on the stage. And, you know, it was chaotic. It was entertaining. It was crazy, chaotic, and entertaining. And Jerry always ended it with solid words. I don't know. But anyhow, Jerry Springer has died at the age of 79 years old, just a couple of months after he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. His family revealed this on Thursday. Now, I don't know if Jerry was getting chemo or he was getting proper therapy for it. Maybe he refused therapy. Another tabloid said that he passed away shortly after being told that he had it. Maybe, and you would think that a person like Jerry, with all the money he has, would have been getting a regular checkup at the doctor, so he probably could have seen this early and got early treatment. But this seems pretty quick because Jerry was just on TV recently on a new show, The Voice, with Nick Cannon. So to go from that to being dead that fast, I got to think like maybe he saw complications and stuff going on in his body over time, and he just didn't check the doctor because he just didn't want to know. And by the time he decided to go to the doctor, it probably was too late. And they're like, well, you're on your last leg, buddy, kind of thing. Anyways, he's out of here, man, at 79 years old. So they asked fans to make a charitable donation in his name after the TV host passed away peacefully at his home in Chicago after his health took a turn for the worst. So they're asking fans to make charitable donations in his name, not to make a donation to him or his estate. Just pick a charity. My favorite charity is St. Jude's. St. Jude's is the best one because they deal with children and they really take care of children and families, not just the children. So St. Jude is mine. And if you want to make a dollar donation, $10, $20 donation, it'll be your giving something in the name of Jerry or in Jerry's name. I'll have you know this, though. His net worth at the time of his death was already announced at $60 million. So he amassed a whole lot of money before he got out of here, right? I could hear it already. Somebody is saying, why are they asking me to make charitable donations to him then? Why don't they just split that in half and donate 30 million of his 60 million to charity, and we'll call it a day? Anyways, tributes have flowed in for the irreplaceable talent, with his family saying that, as he always said, take care of yourself and each other. And that's how Jerry used to end the show, by saying, take care of yourself and each other, after saying some more wise words type stuff. By the way, shout out to Daily Mail UK for this one. So appearing to hint at his illness, Jerry Springer, during an interview last year, said that he wanted to retire while he was still healthy, right? So that was telling, Like maybe he already had the diagnosis. He just didn't want to tell anybody. And he was like, before I get to the stage where I'm all broken down, because, cancer usually takes you through. And those who come out and beat it, go into remission or whatever, they normally have to go through different stages of losing weight or gaining weight or, whatever the chemo does to them, losing hair. Their appearance changes while you're battling cancer. And then, so Jerry was saying in the interview, his last interview, or one of his last interviews, that, hey, I want to retire while I'm still healthy. Following NBC Universal canceling his latest show, which was called Judge Jerry. I don't think NBC canceled it per se. I think Jerry called it off because he realized that, hey, I got to give my all to fighting this thing. He added and said that I don't have to make a living. I want to enjoy life. Well, if you are that age and you are hit with that diagnosis, pancreatic cancer, and you have $60 million in the bank, and you are already 79 years old, I think you know that the best thing to do is to leave work behind and actually go pull out that bucket list and start going through it. That's what I would do. $60 million in the bank. I'm not working for a soul after that. Not after a diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. I'm going to go get my treatment probably, but I'm definitely going to start trying to do all the things that I said that I would do before I leave Earth. Now, Jerry Springer, he was known for hosting the smash hit show, The Jerry Springer Show. It was a daytime show. It was crazy. The Jerry Springer Show for 27 years was on TV. I had no idea it was on for so long. This makes me feel really, really old. Jerry Springer Show was on TV for 27 years, becoming America's guilty pleasure for wild and crazy and raucous TV moments. Yes, and like I said before, all the crazy stuff. A man is dating a man and he doesn't know. He thinks it's a woman. That woman brings him on the Jerry Springer Show to reveal that we've been dating for 3 months now, Tom. And I just want to tell you that I'm actually a man. It was like shock kind of entertainment. And he pioneered that on our television screen. He also had a wide-ranging political career, if a lot of people didn't know it. So even becoming the mayor of Cincinnati in 1977 and even considered a run for the Ohio State governor. I don't know. I think some kind of scandal or something stopped him from doing that. Family spokesman Gene Galvin said that Jerry's ability to connect with people was at the heart of his success and everything that he tried, whether that was politics, broadcasting, or just joking around with people on the streets who wanted a photo or a word with him. He's irreplaceable, and his loss hurts immensely, but memories of his intellect, heart, and humor will definitely live on. Now, on his Twitter profile, Jerry Springer jokingly declared himself as TV show host, ringmaster of civilization's end. So he's the one that gave himself that name. Ringmaster of Civilization's End. I'm telling you right now, if you've never seen a Jerry Springer episode, go watch it. Back then when it first came out, we're talking about 20-something years ago, okay? Over 2 decades. When he first came out, you got to think, times were a little bit different back then, so it was more than a shocker. As time went by and the world caught up and everywhere got crazy, we kind of saw the Jerry Springer show started appearing before us in real life. Because then we got into the world of the internet, right? And the world of the internet, we're able to see all kinds of crazy stuff. Plus a lot of people doing crazy things on the internet to go viral. Then a lot of platforms became monetized, so people got even more crazier. But before all that, it was the Jerry Springer show. He also contended that the people on his show, they volunteered to be subjects to whatever ridicule or humiliation awaited them. They just wanted to get on the show and get their faces seen and tell their story. And that's how he also made a lot of money. Okay. It's said that he was paid estimated $2 million a year starting out with the Jerry Springer Show. I can't imagine after a couple of years that money grew. And by the time of his passing, he had a $60 million net worth. Jerry Springer called it escapist entertainment. You just want to get away from your 9 to 5, your monotonous grind of everyday life. You know, going to work, clocking in, working 8 hours with a lunch break, coming home, tired, waking up the next day, doing it again, doing it 40 hours a week, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You know, that kind of life. You just wanted to get away from it. And you wanted something that would take you away from your reality and raise your eyebrows a little bit and make you say, holy shit, kind of thing. And that was Jerry Springer Show. Now, while others saw the show as contributing to a dumbing down decline in American social values, he often told people, tongue in cheek, he said that his wish for them was, may you never be on my show. May you never be on my show, because you never know. Your spouse might take you to the Jerry Springer Show because you thought you were with a woman all along. And next thing you know, it's a man. You never know. So his show was so popular in the 90s that he even managed to top Oprah Winfrey's program in several cities. People just wanted to see it. They wanted to see people fight each other. They wanted to see, and listen, sometimes, right, you would have a guy that was married to a big old fat chick, and she is like 400 pounds, and she is so in love with her husband, but her husband's cheating on her with a little skinny chick that's like 85 pounds. And you would see this 85-pound female run up, take her shoes off, and go at this 400-pound woman, and they're trying to fight over this man while he's either caught in the middle, getting his hair pulled out from both directions, or he's standing on the sideline watching like he is some type of top-notch pimp or something. The Jerry Springer Show will never be forgotten, okay? I feel like I need to go watch a couple of episodes right now in memory of Jerry. He came, he saw, he did his thing, right? So the show went off the air in 2018, but Jerry Springer then created his courtroom show, which was called Judge Jerry, which that one ran for 3 seasons. Now, after more than 4,000 episodes, the show never strayed from its core salaciousness. 4,000 episodes. With some of the latest episodes that were titled Stripper Sex Turned Me Straight. Stop Pimping My Twin Sister. And Hooking Up with My Therapist, among other things. Oh man, I'll never forget, I saw an episode. It was a dude on there that's supposed to be a KKK member, but he is in love with a black young dude. Now, the black young dude that he's in love with cross-dresses, but he won't allow him to wear any shoes or anything. It was weird. And he kept telling him, he was like, Crawfish, I love you, Crawfish. I love your toes. I love the ways your toes grips the ground. That's why I don't want you wearing no shoes, Crawfish, cause I love your feet. Your feet's made for farming, Crawfish. And I'm like, what in God's world? Nah, Jerry gotta be scripting this behind the scenes and paying these people to get on his show and do this. And no doubt, it's been verified. He didn't pay a soul to get on that show. They wanted to come show their weird lives to the world. You know what I think? I think people have always been weird in their own way behind the scenes before we had Jerry Springer, before we had, years later, the internet and all that. People were always weird. But with the rise of television and Jerry Springer's kind of television, and then came the rise of the internet, now everything that we ever thought was weird has now become everyday norm. People look at stuff now and go, okay, well, whatever. I mind my business. That's his life. He can do whatever he wants to do. But you got to think about back in the day when those were just thoughts. And if anyone ever saw anything like it, it caused a scene, right? So in a Too Hot for TV video that was released as his daily show neared 7 million viewers in the late 1970s, Jerry Springer offered a defense against disgust. He said, "Look, television does not and must not create values. It's merely a picture of all that's out there, the good, the bad, the ugly. Stop looking to television for television to create values for you. Believe this. The politicians and the companies that seek to control what each of us may watch, they are a far greater danger to America and our treasured freedoms than any of our guests that have ever been on this show." And I believe him. His final TV appearance came on last season's The Masked Singer, performing as the Beatle to sing a Frank Sinatra classic, right? And Jerry Springer is survived by his daughter Katie, who is deaf and blind. Wow. And by his sister Evelyn. I don't hear anything about a wife. I don't hear anything about his daughter Katie. I don't know. Wow. Well, with the $60 million net worth left behind, I'm sure Katie will be properly taken care of, right? And his sister also. TV show host Montel Williams reacted to the news of Jerry Springer's death, saying, "My thoughts and my prayers go out to Jerry Springer's family." In another tribute, Piers Morgan said that he loved working with and joking with Jerry Springer, writing, "Geez, this sucks. TV icon and such an intelligent, warm, and funny man. Loved working with him on America's Got Talent. Loved hanging out with him. We lived in the same hotel for 2 years. I loved arguing with him because he loved his politics. And I loved everything about him." Wow. Well, he'll be missed by a lot of people. You can go read up a lot of other stuff about Jerry's past and whatever else, what he was. Former Fox host turned podcaster Megyn Kelly, she said, "This is so sad to hear. He came on my show shortly after we launched and told the best stories about his fascinating life and his deep love for America." You see, Jerry Springer was actually born February of 1944. Whew, that's a time gone by. 1944, but he was not born in America. He was born in Highgate Tube Station in London, which his parents were using as a bomb shelter. His parents, Richard and Margaret, they were German Jews who fled to England during the Holocaust, in which other relatives were killed in Nazi gas chambers in Germany. So they arrived in the United States, fleeing persecution, when he was 5 years old, and they settled into Queensboro, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, one of the boroughs of New York. He settled into Queensboro of New York City, where Jerry Springer got his first Yankees baseball gear on his way to becoming a lifelong fan of the Yankees. He studied political science at Tulane University, and he got a law degree from Northwestern University. Before becoming an iconic TV personality, the worldwide sensation ran a failed campaign for U.S. Congress in 1970. I guess he was one of those guys that kept trying and trying, you know what I mean? And eventually he found his shtick and it worked for him. So Jerry Springer first entered the political arena as an aide to Robert F. Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy's ill-fated 1968 presidential campaign. He was then elected to Cincinnati City Council in 1971, but he resigned in an abrupt move that shook the city's political community. That was Jerry, right? Jerry Springer said that the cause was very personal, family considerations, but it was later revealed that he was paying prostitutes with personal checks, which was investigated by the cops. So before they could call him out, he went ahead and resigned. I guess Jerry was meant to do his show all along. So anyhow, The presenter reportedly had an interview with federal investigators over the prostitution operations, which saw him use the brothel, which was presented as a health club. He married Mickey Velton the previous year. The couple had a daughter named Katie, and then they divorced in 1994. Springer quickly bounced back politically, winning a council seat in 1975 after that, and serving as mayor in 1977. He became a news anchor and commentator at WLWT before taking on a new role as a talk show host in 1991 when he launched his iconic series. Now, along with co-anchor Norma Rashid, eventually helped to build NBC affiliate WLWT TV's broadcast into the Cincinnati market's top-rated news show. So Jerry Springer began his talk show in 1991 with more of a traditional format. But after he left WLWT in 1993, it got a sleazy, dirty makeover. I guess Jerry said, listen, let's do something different. Let's shake things up a bit, right? Let's give them raw, uncut, crazy. So TV Guides ranked his show as #1 on the list of worst shows in the history of television. But its ratings were gold. It made Springer a celebrity who would go on to host the liberal radio talk show and America's Got Talent, star in a movie called Ringmaster, and compete on Dancing with the Stars. With all the joking I do with the show, I'm fully aware and I thank God every day that my life has taken this incredible turn because of this silly show, Jerry Springer said in 2011. Oh, man. Jerry lived a long life, man. He even mulled running for Ohio governor in 2003, saying that he thought that he could draw a non-traditional voters to come out and vote. I connect with a whole bunch of people who probably connect more to me right now than to any traditional politician. He opposed the war in Iraq and he favored expanding public health care, but ultimately he did not run for the seat. Legendary TV host Jerry Springer has died at the age of 79, just a few months after being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He passed away peacefully at home in Chicago, and after his health took a turn for the worst. And hey, man, it is appointed unto all of us to reach that stage in life, death. That's transitioning from this stage, life on earth, right? We wish his family, or we send our condolences to his family. And also, I'm about to go watch a couple of episodes of Jerry Springer Show just to catch up with memories, because time is flying by. It was on TV for 27 years. Some of us are getting old. And yesterday it was Harry Belafonte. Today is Jerry Springer. Tomorrow it might be one of us. Hey, I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.